And I just want to touch on Gen Alpha. The Gen Alpha generation who are coming through. Remember, they're from 2012 to 2024, so they're coming through in the next couple of years in terms of the workforce. They're very, very different, actually. They're a different generation than what's seen before. They're almost part of a global unintentional experiment, if you like, where they've had screens in front of them from the very youngest years, and they act as pacifiers, they act as entertainers, they're educational aids, and that's in their key formative years. So, I'm sure we've all been on a plane or a train, and we saw very, very young children being given an iPad to sit in front of to watch, a cartoon or Peppa Pig or whatever the latest cartoon is nowadays, just to keep them quiet. And in that sense, it's being used as a pacifier, an entertainer, and obviously when they get into school, most children use iPads or whatever it might be in school. I guess some of the outcomes of that are shorter attention spans, the gamification of education. So as education is gamified through online technology, perhaps that's going to be the expectation going forward in terms of development and training once they get into the workplace. And so there becomes questions then for us as organizations about how do we gamify development? How do we gamify career advancement? How do we gamify training within the organization? And I've seen examples of that in the past, but obviously it could be the norm, if you like, going forward. I think the other things that we're seeing as well, increased digital literacy, and as I said, the potential for almost impaired social formation if they're used to forming social groups and social networks online. How do they do that in the real world within the workplace and when they need to work within a team, perhaps? I guess the generation Alpha were started being born around 2010, and through to 2012. It's the year the iPad was launched, Instagram was created, the app was the word of the years, and I wish I created this word, by the way. So they've become screenagers, and the source is there at the bottom. But I love that term. Perhaps it's a bit derogatory for and then as they get older, perhaps these individuals will find it quite a derogatory term. But it kind of described exactly who they are, the generation of the screen coming through.